Hey, you guys, it's John here, Crypto Compassion. Hey, welcome to the TEXAN Tailgate. We got some special guests here. We're going to be talking about real estate meets PulseChain. We're going to be talking about the Texas meetup in Houston. It's happening February 17th. I'm real excited about it. We got Caitlin here, and we also have Danny, the singer, and we have our special guest, HEXican also. I'm going to bring him up right now. Here we go.
Special
There
guest.
we go.
Mm.
Yes, you are
They're
the special guest.
No, I'm just special. There's a difference there.
You're all special.
It's special
You're all
ed.
special. Yeah.
Good to see you guys. I love Danny's background. I mean, that
I
text
know.
You like that?
is vibing.
Yeah, I got to make the get this green screen up from when we did the Hex conference a while back, and so I'm like, I may as well use it, right?
Definitely looking good. What happened to the cowboy hat?
I didn't go with this screen very well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if I was taking a nap on the porch, this camera just does its own thing. It just kind of zooms in and out. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
It's locked. Well, howdy, y'all.
Howdy. Well, I'm excited about this one. We got a number of people in the chat there. We got Corey. He's going to be a speaker. I know that this special meetup. Corey Gary there, and we got HEXican. We got Mr. Daniel Miller himself, and HEXican and Rich Liberation. And I'm excited about this. Going back to Texas, I know BlaKc, you and I met in Austin there when we had a nice meetup, and that was, I think, our first time there we met in person. And I'm excited about this one. I love the idea about real estate coming to the blockchain. I feel like that's a huge value add to crypto as a whole, but especially as PulseChain can adopt that. That's a game changer. So I'm excited to have Corey speaking there. I'm excited to see all of you there. Quinn, you should get a flight down and join us. But
if I could, I would.
I know. If you could, I just want to tee you up, HEXican. What are you kind of expecting out of this? I mean, what's your vision for this meetup?
Yeah, so we just came off a year of touring, right? And of course, there was bear market blues. We went through a bunch of cities, and some cities people were really fired up, and other cities you could kind of see that they wanted to still be passionate about crypto. But they came in like, so when do you think these prices are going to turn around? Like, that was just like the whole vibe of the whole last year. And so this year we really wanted to focus on new strategies, trying to create new partnerships or go out into communities that are kind of blind to the bear market, to what's been going on, like really honing in on newcomers and onboarding. And so I'd actually have to give most of the credit for this one to David Moondog Leader. His name is long, so sometimes he has to, I have to apologize if I mess that up at all. But this is actually a business that he works at. I want to say he's a partner in. And so he had reached out to us. He said, hey, I'm down in Houston. If you guys ever want to do an event in Houston, then come on down to my spot. We'll provide you guys with a venue. And we're in real estate, so maybe we can get some of the real estate guys to come out and hear about crypto. And I was like, absolutely, this is exactly what we want. We want to find new communities that, can benefit off of this knowledge, this crypto, that, the things that we talk about all the time, but their passion is in, something else, right? So they have a passion in real estate investment, but, any person that's like really into investment strategies, they're going to want to diversify their portfolio, right? For them, it might be just diversified in a bunch of different real estate, but we want to just show people that there are various ways that you can, diversify your portfolio. So it was our goal to, market to crypto people. It was David's goal to market to real estate people. And then we wanted to design a schedule that catered to both, so that if you're there for real estate, then you get that. but then you also hear about crypto. And if you're there for crypto, you'll get that, but you'll also hear about opportunities in real estate. So that's kind of how that came to be.
Love it.
That's awesome. That venue's super nice too, because I was kind of looking for a classroom or the spot to put on the flyer, and it's really nice and big. So that's cool.
So yeah, we have a great lineup of speakers that are coming out for this one. Of course, you guys know the captain. He is faithful. He's at every event leading this charge. And then in addition to him, we have Corey Geary, who I appreciate you being in the chat out there. He is very knowledgeable in both of these sectors, in both real estate and crypto. So I'm really interested to see how he brings his message together to the people. And then David Moondog Leader, he will also be speaking, representing more of that real estate side. And then we have the singer _DM that will be coming to represent crypto, but also, and I kind of just threw this title of what I wanted him to speak about on him to me, and he called me today. He's like, just help me out understand what is this. But for me, I've got to know Danny a little bit over the last year, and I know that he has this real like kind of like all of us, like a nonprofit, generous spirit, like really seeing the bigger picture of things. And I think that's kind of what all drew us into TEXAN. And I felt like Danny would be the perfect person to kind of, especially to new people, right? It's one thing talking to experienced crypto heads about a project like TEXAN, but I think that it can really speak to new people that may just have a passion for their, the state of Texas. We all know that there's a lot going on there right now. So I think that movement, the Texas National Movement, I think that kind of speaks to a lot of different people. And then the idea of service, the idea of giving back, I think that will also speak to a lot of people. So I'm not going to go too far into what Danny's going to talk about. I'll let him, kind of get into his thing. But yeah, I think we have a great lineup of speakers.
That's awesome. I was going to ask, what are you singing there, Danny? Are you going to sing there, Danny?
Oh, what am I singing? I thought you said, what am I seeing? Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll sing a couple of things, Jared, just to kind of keep the energy going.
At the after party.
Yeah, somewhere. As Kaylin was talking about this conference or this seminar, what you want to call it. I mean, it's kind of a basically a day conference, the way I look at it, where you have a number of folks there speaking on crypto, educating people. I think that's the future of where we really need to be, is looking for bringing in other communities. So I've had the opportunity to go to a few different events with Funding Jim. He's the one that kind of pulled me into that. And I just really opened my eyes. So as we're meeting with other investors, other business owners, freedom-minded individuals, folks that are like, hey, they're looking for other opportunities outside of centralized finance. And real estate is obviously one of those. And there's other avenues outside of traditional finance that people can I would say secure their wealth, at least diversify. So maybe they're not taking their entire 401k and dumping it into Bitcoin or something, right? That's pretty extreme. But to be able to diversify their portfolio. And if you think about middle America, you think about of the high wealth individuals, they are thinking about these things, right? They look, they see the writing on the wall, they see our country just doing nuts things, things that are being accepted or accepted by some, just seeing things going down the drain, so to speak, and are looking for. And there's a lot of people that are actually looking at even moving their citizenship outside of the country. They're going to that level extreme, and we've had conversations with people all along the spectrum. From folks that are just, hey, how do I diversify my portfolio, to people that are literally saying within the next year I'm moving to Greece or something. So we've met with all these folks. But that being said, talking to and being able to get into and tell our story of the RH ecosystem, of the Texan token, of PulseChain, all these different things. In order to share this message, we got to get our foot in the door somehow, right? And we got to be able to have that conversation. And so having these conferences that are bringing in the different networks is key. And it can be done on a small scale. It can be done on a large scale. And I would really like to see our community come together and start building a very large scale this. And we've had conversations about some of these things. So I would say, coming up in the next year or so. And of course, Kaylin, I'm sure will be a huge part of that. She's like, wait, what? No, but no, just that's where we need to go, because what got us here, this is what I keep saying, what got us here will not get us to where we need to be as a community, right? Right. I think everybody with the sound head on their shoulders agrees that we're not going to get to where we want to go with just doing the same thing. We have to expand. We have to go outside of this network. We have to build, and they talk about onboard and mass adoption. You don't get that by just continuing to do more, 1 hour live streams, right? Yeah, that's a piece of it. That's kind of empowering our base to get out and to expand more. So this is more of the rah. This is more of the education of the. Let's get this. We're excited about it. This is our pump up session to get out there and onboard more people. And it's a good time to do that. Look at the chart. It's like we've bottomed and we're coming out of the bottom. A lot of people that do trading, and not that that's what this is, and I don't encourage people to do trading, but people that do trading look for signals, right? They look for confirmation signals, is what you call them, right? So as they see what they think is going to happen, what they think, and then they get a confirmation. Okay, now it's time to move or to act or to set their trade. Well, for long term folks, for folks that are really looking to be conservative with their investments and that kind of thing, which is going to be, that's your neighbors, that's your family members, right? Look at the chart. We've had a confirmation signal. We've bottomed out. We know that RH is going to fight this, and we know that he has the right team to fight this. And so that should be a confirmation signal enough for people to get excited, to tell their neighbors, to tell their family members, hey, it's time to go. Get in now. So
yeah, I agree completely. One thing I just want to mention, because I don't feel like I mentioned it enough, is how important it is for you to bring someone with you, right? A lot of times, us as community members, right, we're excited to come out and meet each other again and hug each other and, have a good time in that way. But we are at the bottom. Like, I mean, we might have already passed the bottom. Some of the prices that we got, a month or so ago, we'll probably never see again. But to be able to bring someone into crypto now, as opposed to bringing them in, a year into
45 cents.
Right? It's so much different. I've had the experience of both. And when I tell you the family members that came in at the top or near the top, that relationship is a lot shakier than the ones that I got in, pre-big payday in hex terms, right? And so for us as the ones that are putting on the tour, we even want the community to know that this has never, ever been about money. Like, RG puts up more of his financial capital for this tour than we have ever brought in. Like, he is 100% in the negative. This has never been about, any type of money making. And so we're doing the same thing in Texas that we did in California. If you buy one ticket, then you can bring a no coiner for free, right? So I think that we need to, I need to make that more obvious, more marketed. But yeah, that is something that's really important to us, is to bring as many additional people that have no knowledge of the space to these events as you possibly can. because these people are the ones that are going to love you forever. Right? Like if you wait a year from now, those people, they're going to be on the fence because they're going to move in slowly. They're going to DCA, but they're going to DCA on the way up, as opposed to getting in early. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I think it's.
I'm going to second what she said. I just want to just second, bring credibility to what she's saying there. When you go to the conference, and 'cause I just came back from one in California, so for folks that are considering going to this one here in Houston, if you are in anywhere in the Texas area in driving distance, and because that's if you're like in in El Paso or something, I'm not saying you need to drive 9 hours to get over here, right? But if you're in driving distance, um, get over here. If you're in Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, get over here for multiple reasons. One is as coming together as a community is especially exciting right now as we've already kind of bottomed out. And yet they went to Austin, they were still kind of in the in the slums, with the prices. Things are getting more exciting, so it's fun. So that's one thing I'll tell you if you're a community member. Now, and what she's saying about the conference itself, there's a lot that goes into it, and so I've been to many different events that cost way more money, $300-400 for a day conference, and this is extremely inexpensive. I think it's like $50 for the general, $55 for the general admission, and then if you want like the executive or the VIP lunch and dinner, then it's like 165 or something like that. And then if you wanted to actually come and experience the 2-day event, so the following day we're going to be having a VIP event that we'll be hosting here. That I'll be hosting, and that's going to be a full day as well. So that's like 450 or something like that, maybe for both days. It's food, it's everything. So I mean, all the extracurricular activities, everything that we're doing is all included. So once again, very inexpensive, $55. Come, bring a no coiner for free, and it's well worth it. If you're having trouble trying to explain it, right? Explain. You go and you sit down and you want to tell your friend or your family about it, and you're having a tough time. Don't worry about it. Don't waste the time trying to explain to them on your own. Just bring them to the event. Let that be your starting point. So bring someone that you truly respect, that you want to see do well, that you want to see do well in this bull run. That's going to thank you over and over again a year from now. Bring that person to the event, and then whenever they have questions after the event, now they already have a starting point. They have most of the questions answered. You can just help them with a few things, and there's resources that the team they have on the website, and they're providing additional resources for newbies when they come. Things like like links and things like that. So I just wanted to bring some additional credibility to what they're doing, and like she said, it's not about money. What she's saying is that they have extended themselves in a major way to be able to help our whole community by educating them, by sharing the word, by I would say encouraging the team members that are out there. And I did have the opportunity to go to Crypto Starbucks whenever they came around and did their tour as well. They came to Houston, and it's that kind of energy, it's that kind of excitement. That the timing of where we are in the market is fantastic, though, because you're getting people in at the bottom, so to speak, where there's so much room to grow, and it'll be a whole lot more fun of a ride to take people with you. Think of it that way. Do you want to be sitting at the top and being like, man, I wish I would have told more friends about this? I think you want to take them with you. So bring them, get them to the conference.
I'm excited because, like you said, BlaKc, as far as like the market cycles, it's so much better for people to get in now. And if we look at the real estate and the climate of those cycles, things could really time out for this community if we look at this as a learning experience to not just learn crypto, but learn real estate as a whole too. That we could be in a situation where we could be topping when real estate's hitting their bottom. I mean, we could have a situation where we could parlay a lot of what we're doing into crypto and move it into real estate when we're kind of coming back into a bear market in crypto, we might be able to catch a different ride within real estate and kind of secure that generational wealth that we all are wanting to do for our families. And so I'm excited for it. This event should be something that's could be a little bit of everything. I mean, I'd imagine some Texans are going to show up. It's kind of a hodgepodge of a little bit of everything. So it should be really a cool vibe for everyone to, a little bit of freedom and sovereignty, a little bit of crypto, a little bit of real estate. It should be a really fun vibe. So,
yeah, we just got to get the people out there. We got to get the message out there, and just let them know that this opportunity is happening. Like, I really want to reinforce what Danny is saying. I think a lot of times we go, oh well, they've came to Austin or they've came to Dallas and they'll come again, so I'll just wait for them to come back to my city, and then we don't show up in those other cities. But we need to, like come on now. Especially I went to University of Houston, right? So I know how often, on a drop of a dime, we would get in the car and drive to Dallas, drive to Austin. Like, it is no big deal, even though it can be like a 4-hour drive or whatever. Like, we do it. I'm going to Vegas on Tuesday. Like I told you guys, go Chiefs. To go and experience, the NFL experience. And so we need to show that support, so that people do feel like, okay, this is something that I need to be at. They need to hear multiple people talking about it, not just the same me, RG, SJ talking about. They need to hear multiple people talking about these events and how it can really help you in your circles and your families and all that. So that's why I really, really appreciate Quinn, Crypto Compassion, and the whole Texan support team, like the whole team, because you guys have shown us so much support. I mean, Quinn, you created one of the best flyers that I've seen. I love that flyer so much. And then we took
I'm going to go hard this week. I just didn't want everybody to get annoyed, but
right?
I'm blasting it everywhere. I created an event on Facebook too, so like people can find the event near their area, because I would hate if I missed when you guys came to Salt Lake. If I would have been a day too late, I'd have been pissed, because that's the only thing I have been to so far. But yeah, I'm gonna spam it everywhere this week.
And that's what we hear a lot. We hear a lot, like right after the event is over, people are like, oh wait, you guys were in LA? Oh, how did I miss that? And then I feel bad, because I'm like, does that mean we're not doing a good enough job of getting the message out there? Like, how do we continue to spread that message? But then I realized it really is a community effort. We need all the people to help. A lot of times you'll see a message or a tweet and you're like, oh, that doesn't really apply to me. So you don't like it, you don't retweet it, and then the algorithm just buries you, So that's another thing that I really appreciate, the charge that Maddie has led with these badges, because apparently these badges are supposed to give us, like an extra little boost in the algorithm. And so recently, I was blessed with a badge, and I'm really hoping that now when I share these events, they'll get a little bit more traction than they were getting before. So that's another win for the community, I would say.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get Crypto Heartbeat to come out. I know he's a stone's throw away from Houston. It'd be nice. And I know I was talking with Kool-Aid, but he seems to be buried in getting this project out. So he's not. I was going to pick Kool-Aid up in Austin and drive out with a box of wine for him.
Yeah, I gotta give Crypto Heartbeat some grace, though. We had this date planned before we reached out to him, and that was probably a mistake. We probably should have nailed him down before we got hard set on a date. But it's his daughter's birthday weekend. And so it's always family first. 100%. We understand that, so that's why he can't be there. But I feel like, Danny is coming representing that Texan community. He is going to lay it out there, what Texan is, what it means, what the potential of an endowment token on the blockchain, can do for the world in general, right? There are nonprofits all over that can benefit from this type of smart contract. And so I think that this seminar, it just has so many different facets. I'm really, really excited to see how it comes together. So yeah.
So you were talking about him having his daughter's birthday. I just want to remind y'all it's my anniversary.
Yeah.
And so whenever they were like, hey, this is because we had talked about doing something and like opening up and hosting for a special day. They're like, it's going to be the 18th. And I'm like, so I was like, look, give me a few minutes. I got to talk to my wife and make sure everything's okay. Because, we we're going to celebrate our anniversary on a different day for you guys, for the community. You know what I'm saying?
You absolutely did. I definitely remember that.
I see Daniel Miller's on there saying everything in Texas is a long drive. Yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
says
just
Bucky's.
in
Yeah.
Houston, you can get anywhere in Houston in less than
Yeah,
an
Daniel's
hour.
awesome.
You should just be used
That's right. Yep. My sister lives on the other side of Houston, and I see her less, than I used to whenever I lived in San Antonio.
Wow.
It's like an hour and a half to her house on the other side of Houston. So,
Yeah, Houston's no joke, especially that traffic.
just I would take our traffic any day over LA. We were just we were there just coming home 2 days ago, and we wanted to go do a little sightseeing before we went to the airport. So I'm thinking, hey, we're gonna go see some things, and it's only like 10 miles to the airport, and it was an hour. It was 11 miles away. It was an hour. It was like no, Camille, you must have put it in there. You put the wrong address or something. You're going to the wrong airport. And I'm looking. It's like 11 miles, 1 hour and 5 minutes, and I was like, goodness gracious.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll take Houston. I'll take Houston.
Sounds about right. So yeah, another point I wanted to make about the whole marketing and really getting the word out there. I think that kind of is what led to the tourist initiative to do more collaborative projects. So our first collab project was with the Tang Gang, and now that we're on our way to Houston doing this event, we reached out to do a collab project with TEXAN. Quinn has been a major part of that. Her and SJ helping us to create our next NFT project. And the whole thought behind these NFT projects that the tour is doing is that we want to show support also to the communities that have been showing support to us and show that we are building partnerships, right? It's not just PulseChain tour going out only talking about PulseChain because that's all we can talk about. PulseChain is a whole chain that needs development in order to overtake Solana and overtake Ethereum and all the other chains, right? So we need builders and projects and all that kind of stuff going on. And so we have this collab project with TEXAN. We will be doing in Spaces a free mint Friday next Friday on the 9th. And then next Sunday, we'll be giving away some of these collab project NFTs here on Texas Tailgate. So super excited about that. And just to speak, I guess, a little bit more about what we do with this. So if you guys aren't aware, at our tour events, it's really important for us to give back to the people that attend the events. Ideally, we would like for no corners to win the giveaways. We got very lucky at the last event in that Danny won the giveaway, and him being the generous guy that he is, he's like, no, I don't want it, redraw. And so once we did the redraw, the woman who won, she had been hacked and she had lost all of her crypto in a hack. And now she comes to this event and she's blessed with 3 million pulse or 3 million pulse X. I'm not sure which one she won, but you after talking to her after the event and her telling her story, I was like, this is the kind of impact that I love having. I love being able to bless somebody with something that brings them back into the space. Because I could only imagine, being hacked and already not being a huge bag holder, right? But everybody's money is hard earned. But for you to take that risk and to say, hey, I believe in this, I'm going to go ahead and invest something, and then it's gone. that can definitely deter you from ever putting money back into it. You know what I mean? So by us now giving her this, this starter kit or whatever, that's kind of like got her foot back in the door to where she's like, okay, yes, I'm in this. I want to keep building, keep growing, and whatnot. So when we sell these NFTs, we are going to take 50% of the profits of the NFTs. We're going to use that to market by TEXAN, and then we are going to give away TEXAN at this event.
That is awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be a bummer. I'm surprised she was even there. If anything was her sign that she should be in crypto, that was her sign. And Danny was her angel.
Well, I've been there. I've been there. Like, whenever I got started, I lost a tremendous amount of money, like heart attack, like I was having heart palpitations and everything because it was a Ponzi scheme I didn't realize I was a part of, and I was in, and so it was pretty devastating. And but I believed in the concept. I believe in that it was the future. I just realized that I was so early that it was like the Wild West, and that there was. I was so thankful whenever Richard came along and was basically kind of educating us on, hey, not your keys, not your coins, right? I'm pretty sure he coined that. I don't know if he did, but I mean, he's the first person I ever heard say it. And then also talking about, whenever he basically set the standard for making sure that your project has been audited. Nobody did that before. Yeah, I see Daniel's message. Yes, it was a Social Security. I put all this money into Social Security.
Can I just say I appreciate Daniel Miller's trolling skills? Like, I love it.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if I don't have a text from him, because he's like texting if I'm on stream. He's like bugging me or something. Okay, thank you, Daniel, for not bugging me this time.
He's just bugging me.
Yeah. But anyway, being in that boat, to be very thankful, that somebody had the I would say that somebody had the guts and the forethought to basically seek to educate us all as a community, and say, hey, don't trust, don't trust anybody. You shouldn't trust anybody, with that. And then also, so the project should be audited, and if at all possible, immutable, cannot be changed. So pretty much all the projects that have launched since that for that anybody of us are supporting have those the same principles in mind, right? They're the projects that have been audited, that are immutable, and that we know the founders, right? That's the other thing. So we obviously know the founders. These are people that if they rugged, I mean, people know them personally. This isn't, now people have launched projects that they thought were going to do better, thought they would do well, and they didn't, or whatever. That's different, right? But I'm just saying, we have such an amazing community that has some really good standards to base things off of, and so yeah, thankful for Richard educating us educating on those principles, and then thankfully that served me really well, and then so glad to be able to give back.
Sounds good. So after Houston, I don't want to take away too much from the Texas, but I understand you got something going on in Vegas. Is that right?
Absolutely. That's our big 369 event. Shout out again to Matty All In. He came up with this concept. So after the first Hex conference in Vegas, of course, he wanted to go back to Vegas, kind of like an annual thing. And so he was like, I want to do it March 6th through 9th, 369. And I just thought that was awesome, right? And we did that. We went out there for Vegas and we did that. And then I think last year we actually missed Vegas. Like, we didn't have anything going out there. And, Dollar Cost Crypto, he's based out in Vegas. And he's like, you guys can't go back on tour and not come, through my city. And so we said, okay, if we're going to go and we're going to do Vegas again, then we're going to do 369, and we're going to do it Vegas style, big, multiple days, lots of events, lots of fun, lots of speakers, lots going on. So I got to pat myself on the back a little bit. That one is a pretty awesome planned event. We're doing a Top Golf meetup on Wednesday. On Thursday, we kind of consider that like the VIP all access day, where we have like a full day of all these Vegas experiences going on, with nice restaurants that we'll be sitting at, dining at. Thursday evening, we're having the reunion of the Four Horsemen at a karaoke bar. If you can imagine that, if you guys know who the Four Horsemen is, that is RG, Crypto Coffee, Dollar Cost, and Hexo. I believe we're like 80% positive that Hexo is going to be there. He just had a baby recently, but he did tell RG that he is making every attempt possible to make sure that he's there. So that Thursday night, we rented out this big VIP private suite in this karaoke spot, and so we're going to have that little get together. Friday is our main day with our big full day seminar, like what we're doing in Houston, but a lot different as far as the schedule goes. If you guys have heard of the PulseChain Foundation, I actually sit on the board of the PulseChain Foundation, and a part of the mission is to be able to provide resources to developers to be able to build up the chain. So we have came up with a fund of $2,500. So we're doing this pitch fest. We have 6 different projects that have not released yet, but want to develop on PulseChain. They will pitch their ideas at this pitch fest, and then our judges will choose a winner and give them a grant for $2,500. And then after that, we have like this full lineup of speakers, including RG3, RH Max, Dollar Cost Crypto, Cultivate Crypto, Access Alive. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And then, of course, we end our every seminar with tons of giveaways, merch, crypto, all that. That's kind of like a staple for the PulseChain tour. We are going to give away some free stuff. So that is kind of what we are doing there. We're going to end the night with a Vegas style after party. We rented out a whole nightclub. So it is just all HEXican having a great time. And then the final day, the 9th, is the recovery brunch. Because what else can you possibly do besides just have a nice meal and go home at that point? That is a lot of activities. So yeah, that is a lot. That was a mouthful just to get out.
And
so just to point out,
I think March is a better time for you guys to do the Vegas thing.
Yeah.
Because May is so hot when you guys are down there, right?
Oh yeah, anytime in the summer, literally from like May till like late September, Vegas is hot.
Mm-hmm.
So being that this is, I don't know who all is watching this, but for folks that are watching it live or on the stream, some folks don't know the significance of 369. And that's the 3.69 is the inflation rate for hex. So that's why you see the 369, and so that significance. I just figured I'd throw that out there for those folks that are. I'm sure there's some folks that are watching this that don't know what that means. That's why I thought that was pretty cool. They picked that date, March 6th through 9th. That's cool.
Yeah. So if you just so happen to have any international watchers, maybe on replay or in the chat, I gotta just go ahead and give a little shout out to KSB. That's who kind of started me on this whole traveling the US, educating people, doing these tours. And now they have kind of relocated back to Europe or Colombia or whatever. And this summer, we're going to be doing a full Europe tour. About 6 weeks that I'm going to be over there going, from place to place doing these events. So if you're in Europe or, thinking about traveling over there and want to hang out with the HEXicans, definitely look at ksb.tv to see that Europe tour lineup.
Hey, real quick, Caitlin, on the is today the last day that people can book the hotel and get the block rate?
Yes, for Vegas, today is the last day that you can get the discounted rate on the hotel. It might go through tomorrow, like midday, but I probably wouldn't chance it. I would probably just try to do it today if you could.
Yeah, and that's so that's for folks that are booking directly with the hotel, and also folks that are buying the VIP that has the hotel included. Is that correct? Or?
Yeah, so we'll still be offering the full package. The price might just have to go up a little bit. I'm gonna wait and see what the hotel wants to charge us after the deadline, to see if how much the hotel price changes, to see whether or not we need to raise the price of the full package at all. But yeah, I would definitely encourage you to get on that today to make sure that you get the best possibly value. Even with some of the other tickets, like the Top Golf and the after party, we had early bird pricing. Um, but after tomorrow, that price is going to go up a little bit because we have to pay all these vendors and everything like that. So yeah, we were trying to get some early support. We were willing to either take a loss or just like barely break even on these numbers, just to get some of those funds in so we can make sure that everything is paid off. But now that we have met those deadlines of paying all these things off, now we're going to go ahead and raise the price a little bit.
Yeah. And the other question I had for you that would apply to everybody here that's considering going is so that's at Caesar's Palace, right? So Caesar's Palace is where it's booked.
We're actually at 2 hotels. So if you know Vegas, there are a lot of like hotels that are kind of together, right? MGM has like a bunch of different hotels that are together, and then Total Rewards has a bunch of different hotels that are together. So Caesars, the Link, and Harrah's are all under the same management. And so if you want the higher end Vegas experience, you want to stay at one of the more luxury hotels, then we have that link for you to be able to stay at Caesars. If for you just want to come and have a good time and you want the best possible value, we have a link to be able to stay at the Link. And then our event is actually at Harrah's. The seminar part of the event is at Harrah's. We have events that are just all over, but the seminar is actually at Harrah's.
Okay, so then for transportation, we just basically just walk over because it's.
I actually think that the Link and Harrah's have an indoor walkthrough. I don't even think you actually have to go outside to get from one to the other.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I was talking with X-Ray Vision today, and he was kind of twisting my arm about going out to Vegas. So
yeah,
I might come down and just kick up some dust. What day is it? Friday? Friday into Saturday.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to be really surprised on who shows up. I'm not going to do too much name dropping outside of who I already said. Those are our, loyal community members who are speaking, who you guys know. But some of the names, some of the people that have reached out to me, I've even been surprised. I'm like, oh, wait, this dude has 80,000 subscribers. Like, this guy's coming. Like, I think you guys are going to be kind of surprised on who really wants to be involved in the PulseChain ecosystem, want to come out in the community and kind of, suss out like where they could fit in.
Welcome, Robert.
Hey, it's good to see everybody.
Yeah.
I did not run any red lights trying to get home. I was like, I'll get home when I get home. I'll get on. But hopefully in the upcoming cycle, if I can retire, I can just, make it my job to, be on the road with all of you. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Don't have to go into work anymore. PulseChain tours is now my job.
I mean, if we could get going by the end of the summer, we could be doing the college tour, the Texas college tour next, fall. That would be awesome. I could be knocking on my daughter's door like, hey. I know you're rid of me, but hey.
Well, we've been going for a little bit. I guess to maybe wrap it up and put a bow on it, is there any kind of like, final statements or closing, remarks that you guys would want to throw in there? I know we've been going for a decent 45 minutes here, and I feel like we've hit some great topics and a lot of excitement too about it. I'm excited for what this entire ecosystem is, what we're building, and where we're going. I think everyone can feel the vibe, and green candles are definitely helping. And I think we kind of can, like I said, read the room temperature and know that things are gonna heat up here. And so I'm excited for that. If there's any final statements, feel free to take it away.
All right. February 17th, Houston, Texas. When Real Estate Meets Crypto seminar. We got February 9th. So I probably should have started there because that's sooner. Come to Freedment Friday in Spaces. We'll be posting on Twitter what time to be there. I hear that there's going to be even some more benefits attached to owning these collab PulseChain Tour TEXAN NFTs. In addition to the fact that you're going to be helping the tour and onboarding, there may be some benefit to you personally as a holder. So I would definitely try to get that. The first round is free mints. So maybe you get it for free. Maybe you have to get the public sale. But however it goes, I think that it's well worth it to hold that NFT. And then on you guys' next TEXAN Tailgate, come back here that night so that you have a chance to win one of those NFTs that night as well. Everything else is on PulseChainTour.com. If you need any assistance, people message me all the time like, hey, I had trouble doing this, or I had a question with this. I'm pretty much always available to the community to answer your questions and to hold everyone's hands.
And to teach how NFT minting works and how much they cost. And yeah, I learned a lot this week. So thank you, Kaylin.
It was fun. I just pass on the knowledge that people teach me. I mean, we have some amazing community members that are willing to take out their personal time and get on like a call like this and just walk you through the steps of how to do something if you can explain what it is you want to do. So shout out to Bullish. I know you guys know who Bullish is. He has many times just held my hand and walked me through things. And so any knowledge that I've received, I'm very open with sharing that and passing it on. Pay it forward.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. I'll go next. So I guess my message is that if you're sitting at home, if you're watching this, that means guess what? You probably like watching live streams, and there's value to that. But there's also a greater value, I think, to even getting in person, face to face, coming, shaking hands, sitting next to someone, rubbing elbows with people that have the same values, that've been through stuff. There's so many situations I can tell you where either I've benefited or someone else has benefited because I was there, right? So I was there and I benefited from someone, spending some time with them, or they benefited from my experience. One of the two. It's just there's so many. There's dozens of experiences, and that's because you cannot get the same from just sitting here looking at a screen. Right? Get out there in front of people. So come to the events if you can. So do what you can to come to the Houston event. Do what you can to come to the Las Vegas event. That's my encouragement to you, and I promise you, you won't regret it. And so, come on out.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I want to thank everyone for coming out, and I think we'll wrap it up. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for PulseChain, and let's do it. How are you guys?
Go Chiefs.